Good morning, my beautiful peeps. Come along with me on this journey as you see how your virtual auntie takes herself from homeless to hottie. Yes, y'all. Come along with me. All right, the first thing that we're going to do is I'm going to moisturize. And moisturizing is very important, guys, under your makeup. Excuse me for my voice. It is late, and see how much I love you guys. I want to get this video out ASAP for y'all. So I'm using a turmeric, it's like a fade moisturizing cream for my blemishes, hyperpigmentations, and my dark spots. But it still is a great moisturizer up under my skin, because the last thing that you want to do is have dry patches and um, spots up under your makeup, walking around thinking you're cute and you look like a whole crypt keeper. Now that is a cream moisturizer that doubles as moisturizer and doubles as a mask. I definitely wear that up under my makeup because it's going to seal in my moisture, and I have eczema, so it's very important that I moisturize all year round. My skin acts funny when the seasons change. It's a little calm now, but as soon as we go into fall and winter, I'm going to have my usual breakouts. So I'm going to do a short tutorial on my skincare routine, because routine is very important even if you don't wear any makeup. So next, what I'm doing here, I am going to do my combination of my step one primer. Now when I'm going to be in my makeup, and also the state I live in, we have very humid days this time of season. So I put my primer on to shrink my pores and to make my makeup stick. So if y'all want y'all makeup on you, sticking to you closer than that annoying guy that, okay, never mind. Back to the story. So rubbing in my primer, making sure that I avoid my eyes, and making sure I get my 16 head up there, because that's where all of my makeup is going to be going. And guys, look at my curls. My curls are curling. I'm also going to do a tutorial on how I get my curls. The curls, I haven't done anything to my curls in about 2-3 days, and they are still holding it together. Yay, curls. So the next thing I'm going to use in my combination step is my absolute favorite foundation. This is Pretty Classy Cosmetics, I'm sorry, by my favorite entrepreneur. This foundation is vegan and very light on the skin. Now, the second thing that I held up and what I am using right now is my color corrector. I'm very addicted to this color corrector, and I got this at my local beauty supply house. It is a salmon color, and what this color does, it tones down the darkness and the hyperpigmentation in your skin. If you have a lot of redness, then you want to go and get the green type of color corrector. But I do not put on my foundation without this color corrector. But also be very careful about how much you put onto your skin, because a little goes a long way. If you put too much of this orange color corrector on, it will show through your foundation, change the color, and when you go outside and the sun hits you, you're going to look like a Oompa Loompa in Willy Wonka's factory. So just use a bit. And then what I'm doing right now is I put my foundation on top of my sponge. Now you notice I did not, under any circumstances, blend in my color corrector. That is because I am creating one layer with my color corrector and my foundation, instead of doing multiple layers. This is a tip that I found from YouTube University, guys. Yes, I did. So I've been using this tip ever since. I do not blend in my color corrector and then go back in and do my foundation. I just lay my color corrector on where I would like it to be. Use a small dab of my foundation and go ahead and blend it in. Now let's get into this foundation, guys. This foundation is light, it is smooth, and it is so airy. Once you put it on, you feel like you are absolutely wearing nothing, and it has full coverage. It is a mousse. So my foundation looked darker in the bottle because it's a mousse, but once I apply it to my skin, as you can see, it completely disappears on top of my skin, and it just looks like a second layer of skin. And I love this foundation. As y'all can see in the beginning, I'm running out, so I gotta hurry up and go get me some more because this foundation is wonderfully addictive. You're gonna be addicted to anything, guys. Be addicted to your makeup, not your man, not social media, not anything. Being addicted to makeup, that's a positive addiction, if you ask me. Like, I'm a glossaholic. I have so many lip glosses that it don't make sense. Do I wear all of them all the time? No. Do I have way too many than I should? I do. But I still love lip gloss. All right. So this is my LA Colors pressed powder. I love this pressed powder because it is very, very fine. So the downside of it being very, very fine is that this stuff gets everywhere. So if you are doing it, use a little. What I do is I put it in the top, very little in the top, and then as you can see, I get my big kabuki brush. I'm going to find me a much bigger fluffy one, and I just put it on, and this is setting, and it's also helps me with shyness and oiliness in my skin. And it's like a top layer of sealing in the foundation because your primer is the bottom layer that sticks to you, and then the pressed powder, I'm sorry, is the top layer that sticks to the foundation. So you're kind of like sealing it in, if that makes sense. But I love this LA Colors pressed powder. I tried a different shade this time, guys, and I got a little darker shade because I usually use a really, really light shade. But I decided to go with this shade this time. So the next thing that I am going to be working on are my eyebrows, and this is my favorite, one of my favorite eyebrow pencils. And I did a in-depth tutorial on my eyebrows. If you missed it and you need help getting your eyebrows to, I'm not even going to say eyebrowing because that's not even a word, but if you're trying to get your eyebrows to look perfect or to perfection, I will link the description. And y'all, okay, it's late. Forgive me. There I go. I don't know who learned me how to spoke sometime, but I digress. I will link, put a in the description box. I'm going to link it in the description box. There you go. My brain is not working well with my mouth, guys, and it's late. I'm not used to being up this late. You know, being 50 years old, I go to bed at 8:30. Guys, it's past past that. So if I sound loopy, wobbly, and tongue tied, y'all know why. Just stick with me. So right now I am shaping out my eyebrows and how I want them to look, and I just use short strokes for my eyebrows. And my color of this eyebrow pencil is a dark brown because, as you can see, the top of my head is dark brown. I don't know if I'm going to color it again to get it up there to platinum, but we will see because me dyeing my hair platinum, it makes my hair shed a lot. So I might tone down the platinum a little bit and do a this one color under that, which is probably like a light brown. But yeah, we're gonna see. But I am also addicted to that platinum brown. I'm sorry, platinum blonde. I really love the way that looks. Uh, I'm just addicted to color. Or I might go back to my red, but I don't know about going back to my red because my routine with my hair, I'll be kind of like washing out my color. So we'll see, guys. Leave me a comment. What you think I should do? So right here, I am just using my concealer, and the concealer up under and on top of my eyebrows gives me that highlighted arch effect. And I mentioned this in the last video, and this is something that I do all the time, whether I am doing a full beat, a makeup, no makeup look, blah, blah, blah. I do this technique because your eyebrows frame your face. So I just take my time and put my concealer on and make sure that I have equal parts on both sides. And right now, I'm just going to go in and blend out this concealer because remember, guys, we do not want any harsh lines. Guys, please do not walk outside with your harsh lines up under your concealer. Nobody wants that. Make sure you get rid of those harsh lines and make sure that you take your time because you do not want to erase all of your hard work, and you do not want them lines looking harsher than your baby daddy's mama when you tell her that she need to babysit because her son is out there in the street knowing that he was a okay, I'm slipping. Let me stop. All right, let's get back to the video. So right now I'm taking my flat brush and I'm just going to continue to blend out the concealer to make it look like a nice highlight and brighten up my face, and not any harsh lines or bulges or anything that is sitting on my face. So after I continue to say, I lost my train of thought, y'all. Oh my goodness. I'm not gonna never do a video of this lady anymore. But I'm just taking my flat brush and continue to blend out my concealer to make it look nice, as you can see here. Now let me stop and get my thoughts together. What am I doing right here? I don't remember. Okay, yes I do. So I'm just continuing to fix my eyebrow because I looked and I did a little bit too much at the top. So I'm just replacing what I took away with the concealer. So the next thing that I'm going to work on is, I believe I'm going to continue to work on my eyebrow. Yeah, just continue working on it, guys, because I'm trying to be a perfectionist at these eyebrows because I get a lot of compliments on them. I just feel like I spend a lot of time on them because they have to be looking a certain way. I'm still here. I'm just waiting till I move on because obviously I look like I'm obsessed with these doggone eyebrows, and don't judge me at all, guys. All right, I'm moving on, I think. Let's see. Yay, I'm moving on. Okay, so now I am going to work on my contouring and concealing. So this is a technique that I have learned myself. I took what I learned from YouTube University, added my own twists and turns on it. So I like to have what I call an Instagram look where it's highlighted in various parts of my face, and that is my contour. Now I got this contour at my local beauty supply house. I got all of my use too much of it, it's going to look really, but this contour is very, very dark. Blend it in, and this is a trial and error. So what I exactly do is I use concealer dots. I try to use small little dots and make sure that I blend it out on my face. And I'm going to point out, like, on my nose, I use a little bit too much, so I'm going to have to get rid of that. And I also put some up under my lip to make that indentation there. And I also use my, put some under my neck so it can cast shadow there. I am not highlighting my jawline, but there's that extra right there. So I'm just going to take my sponge And I'm going to start to just blend out my contour on my face. So I'm just carving out my cheekbones, going into the hollow places. And for all my brand newbies to contour and concealer, so the darker spots is where you want the light to retract from, and the highlight is where you want the light to hit. So everywhere that I am blending in my dark spots, that's where the light is going to recede. And my light spots, that's where the light is going to hit. So I'm going to make my lips look, well, especially my bottom lip, look a little bit more fuller and turned out because I placed that dark uh, contour right there up under it. And the rest of it is just going to be regular form of my lips. Now, if you want more of your lips to stand out, you can go on the top where the cupid's bow is, and that's that space right up under your nostrils and on the very top of your lip. That's what they call it, with a tad bit of highlighter. I didn't want to do that today because my lips is not my focal point. I am just doing this because I just wanted to contour today. That's it. That's all, guys. And I'm putting a little bit more of my concealer across my forehead and my nose because I find that I put look the I'm sorry the contour, the dark one makeup that I use for my contour, spread it out a little too thick, and that's what I meant when I said that you have to be careful with using this dark color. I had another brown color that almost disappeared on my skin tone, so I use this one when I want to do that real intense, as I said, Instagram contour. And so right there, I just pulled off excessive contour, and I'm just going to blend in the highlight up under my eyes and up under my nose and around there because that's where the light is going to hit. And I need to find me a contour palette of powders. I did have this contour palette. It was cream contours. And I love that stuff. I got to find it again, guys. I don't know where I got it from, but it was the business. It had everything on it, and all I did was go back in with the powder. Now they do have contour powder palettes, and they also have contour cream palettes. So I'm definitely gonna go on a hunt and try to find out where I got it from. I'm gonna do some tall research and come back and give you guys another tutorial with a contour palette of cream and powders because I just have fell in love with it. So as you can see right now, it's a light contour to my face, nothing too major because I am going to work and it's in the daytime, so I don't want to look like I'm going to the strip on Las Vegas while I'm at work. But I do love a good contour. So I'm going back and just finishing up on my nose because like I said, it was a little too dark. And I don't want for people to think that my nose didn't disappear and levitate off my face because I got too much of the darkness on my nose. But I digress. I think that I evened it out good and you really can't tell. But that's what I tell myself. I did a good job. So long as I believe, they're going to believe. So the next thing I think that I'm going to be working on is my eyes. So I'm just going to line up my eyes because this is what I do when I put my lashes on. And ladies, if you want to start doing your own lashes and don't want to be paying $25 to $35 with doing lashes, this is a good trick. Get your eyeliner and line your eyes. Make it medium to thick because it's going to um, disguise the band on your lashes if you're not good with doing that band. Now, me putting on my own lashes was trial and error, guys. Let me tell you, it took a minute for me to get that band closer to the crease on my lid because at one point my lashes was floating. So this was a trick I used myself. I started to line my line my eyes with black eyeliner, and I made my line relatively medium to thick so that if I kind of miss um, my lid, where that crease is, where your lashes are, no one was able to tell because I had my liner on there. And liquid eyeliner is the best thing to use. I just use this one to give my eyes a little definition. But right here, guys, I'm looking at my eyebrows and I just realized that my eyebrows are strangers. They not even in the same family because one is way up and one is way down. So if I don't want to look like I'm asking a question or being surprised, I am going to fix that. Now this is e.l.f. Cream Blush. I decided I was going to try this because everyone is doing the liquid blush, and I wanted to try this one before I dive into the liquid blush. This one is okay, but it leaves my face a little shiny in that blush area, as you can see, and this color really doesn't pop on my skin. And I don't want to use a lot of it because I don't want to look like I got two stop signs floating on top of my face looking weird. So I'm going to go back and probably find me the perfect cream or liquid blush for my face. If you guys have any suggestions, leave them in the comment box, and like which one do you use, if you use any. So right now I'm just going to go back with my eyebrow pencil, and I'm going to fix my eyebrow, guys, because that was a tragedy. I mean, that was a shame and a scandal when I looked at my eyebrows. So yeah, I already know how I am about my eyebrows. So I just went back in and fixed it a little bit because I believe what I did was when I was blending, I just took a little bit too much off on one. So I decided to go in with my concealer, a little bit of concealer on my brush, and shape the other one so it kind of matches both. So it look like they're a little bit more together and not on distant islands, because you would not be talking about me about my eyebrows. One is floating and one is depressed. So this is what I mean. Stuff happens, life happens, but you can fix it and correct it. And that's what I'm doing right now with my thin little angle brush and a little bit more concealer to make me look a lot more feminine and human than they was looking before. I think that that's what happened, guys. So I'm just shaping them up, getting them together, making them look a little bit more like an eyebrow instead of, I don't know what I did, guys. Like, I really don't. And I'm still here. I'm just not talking anymore because I think I done ran out of stuff to say. And I'm going to explain what I'm doing next when I move on. And at this point, guys, I had realized that I had forgot my eyelashes, but this is some more lip gloss that I got at my favorite beauty supply house. I told you guys I'm a glossaholic, and I like this lip gloss because it gives my lips a tint without going full color, and it's very moisturizing. Don't ask me what it is because I didn't forget. I didn't had it for years. And so hold on, guys, I've got my lashes, but I will be back quicker than this. And I'm back.
No
So
kidding. He
now
really
I
said
got
you
my
signed
lashes,
divorce papers in
and
the
this is another
mail, but he hasn't
technique
even talked to you?
that I use
That's
for
right. And actually, I think that
my
Robert's parents
lashes
might have something to
is
do with what's going
make
on.
sure that when you
His
have
parents?
tweezers,
Well,
that you
what do you
have
mean by that?
L-shaped
Well, you
tweezers
remember how I hired
or
that PI to follow
elongated
Robert around? He
tweezers
told
for
me that
your
apparently
lashes.
his
This is what
other woman
helps me.
is
You need
pregnant with
some
his
tweezers
son.
that go
I
along across
remember
the
how
band
Robert's
like
parents would
those. I
complain to me
got
all
those
the
from
time that when
Kiss,
I got pregnant,
and I
I
put
had
my
better
lashes
give them
in
a
it, and
son.
it gives you a little more
They told me all
sturdy
about how they just couldn't accept a
control
granddaughter
than
and
the
how
regular
worried they were
tweezers that
about
has like
someone to
that
carry on the
angled
family
point.
name.
But if you can use
And
that,
another
hey,
thing,
go
the
ahead.
divorce papers came
So
from the
now I have
city of
my
Chicago, so you're
lash
right.
glue, and what I
He was
do is I
never
get a
molested to
brush
begin with.
that has a thin
Sam,
or a
I'm
smaller
so
tip
sorry.
to
Are
it,
you
put
okay
the
right
glue on
now? Is
that
there anything
brush,
I can do
and
for
I
you?
rub it on my band. This
What do you
gives
mean
me
by that?
absolute
Well,
control over how much glue that I put on my band, because like I said, guys, I've had mishaps where I tried to use the glue on the bottle and half of the glue wound up on the lash, on my hand, on my arm. I've had glue run down all in my eye, which is really bothersome because I wear contacts. So this is another important step, guys. You want the glue to be tacky. You don't want it to be too wet because it will slide. You let it dry for a couple of seconds because you want it to be nice and tacky, and you're going to be able to move it around while it's sticky, okay, to get your placement exactly where you want it. So I let mine dry and blow on it for a couple of seconds. You don't want it completely dry, but at this point, I'm putting it on. Now, when you put your lashes on, do not close your eyelid tight.
What do you mean by that?
Look down, because closing it tight kind of doesn't help. So I just look down on my lid, or I do not close my eyelid all the way. And right here, I'm just adjusting and making sure that my eyelid is not floating. I'm sorry, my eyelash is not floating, but it is as close to my lash line as possible. And I also got to make sure I get that inner corner, because a lot of times I find that I don't secure my inner corner, and nobody else can tell, but I can tell, and I can see when my lash on the inner corner is flopping around, and that is so freaking annoying in your eye. So as you can see, today I didn't secure it 100%, but you can see it's coming down just a little, but I did not notice that until later on in the day, when it was almost time for me to head home. That's when it bothered me. So most of the time I do a good job, but I want to point out the mistakes and the bloopers, guys, because we all human and nobody is perfect. So while I point those out, I also want to show you how to fix it now, because I didn't notice it was there. I didn't fix it, but I'm also going to show you a technique where I will show you how you can kind of secure it a little bit more when I do another tutorial. And turn to the side, I just realized I didn't get my neck that good, so I got a little hyperpigmentation sticking out amongst my perfect makeup, but that's okay. We're gonna keep on going. So here's me putting on my other lash and the exact same thing. I think I'm gonna give myself some smaller tweezers to make sure my corners are secured, because that's the only thing with the longer tweezers. It's a little bit harder to get your corners because the tweezer is right there. And I'll try flipping them, turn them to the other side, but as for me, yeah. So at this point, I'm just blending in my blush a little bit more because my face right there is looking a little greasy, and I didn't want that. So I am just making sure I'm touching it up, double checking, looking, making sure everything is copacetic.